Rob will turn his hand to Matt speaks and I'll hand over the ball.
These videos are recorded here, get on there now.
Hello.
Hey!
Firstly, hang on. My wife and I would like to thank. So, this is a bit of a list of thank yous, so just kind of bear with me. Firstly, thank you to everyone for coming. It's just fantastic to see you all here, and so many friends and family, and yeah, it just means a lot to see everyone here. I hope you enjoyed the service. The thunderstorm was quite expensive, and they had to auto-tune the organ to my voice, so get up and down. So anyway, firstly, me and Alice would like to thank Jill, who's just over there, who has done an absolutely amazing job on all of the flowers. So all of the stuff you see today, all the stuff she worked all the way through the night, saw the more amazing thunderstorms, and just done her job. She was also, I'd like to thank Anna and Vicky, who are just over there, who did a smashing job of turning our kitchen into a sweatshop and making all of the place names and the photos downstairs and the seed packets with special seeds in them on the table. So I think the round of applause for those staff as well. And then we'd also like to thank the ushers. So we have Richie over there and my brother Ben here. Richie was just a natural choice. He is the most organised and helpful person that I know, and has just done an amazing job throughout the whole of this time. He came down with us on Thursday. He was been ringing me up for about the last 6 months, asking if there's any jobs for him to do. Apparently he does amazing floral arrangements as well. He cooked me breakfast this morning. He woke me up. Basically, I don't think this would be happening if it wasn't for Richie. So, big round of applause for Richie. And then the other usher, Ben, over here, I just want to point out for members of the family, I haven't seen this before. This is Ben. This is this boy of 6 foot, although I am taller. I can't believe that he's not a skinny 6-year-old with mottled blonde hair. Well, okay, so a skinny 6-year-old anymore, and he's done a brilliant job for organising today and helping us. So again, and then last, I would like, sorry, my wife and I would like to thank Jane, who has been our flower girl, chief bridesmaid, maid of honour, and I think everyone would agree looks absolutely stunning today. She's also done an amazing job. I don't know if anyone knows that Jane's a teacher, so she has done well in keeping Alice on the ground and used her full range of arts and crafts skills to support her in the creation of a lot of what you see today, and also kept amazingly calm when her dress was actually finished this morning. So it was done exceptionally well. So for me personally, I would like to thank my best man Ollie. You don't need to stand up, Ollie, it's alright. He's over here. This is my best man Ollie. I've known Ollie since I was 6 years old, and he was 6 foot tall. And now being in New York, it's a sign of a true friend that we can't see each other for months, and yet we still just click back in again when he comes back. He also has done quite a phenomenal effort attending all of these events. So I worked out here. So my stag do was in Lisbon. Ollie was in Houston. So he went from Houston to New York, New York to London, and then London to Lisbon, which, bring it to the stage, was a total of 6,000 miles. He then went back to New York, so that's 10,400 miles, and then he's come back again to be here today, giving a total of 17,400 miles to be here. So can I get another round of applause for Ollie? The wedding, actually, the wedding cost was double. We're just replanting Borneo to offset the carbon, so we're back. But seriously, he's my oldest friend, and I couldn't have asked for a better person to be my best man, so thank you very much. So I'll keep going, there's a few more, and then I'll stop. So I would also like to say a big thank you to all of my friends, the Stags, all the guys over there that went to the Stag Do, to Phil, who did a fantastic reading, and also to Paul, who is the official dance floor shape thrower. So he'll be on the dance floor later on throwing some shapes later on, so a big thank you to all of them. I'd also like to thank Tim and Jim, who are just over there in the corner. Who is Tim and Jim? Tim and Jim, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Oh. Tim and Jim. Tim and Jim, everyone. Tim and Jim have managed to Photoshop about 700 pictures of me with my head superimposed on a variety of dwarfs, children, animals, you name it, I'm on them. So I just take every opportunity to embarrass them back. So cheers, guys. Thank you for that one. So I think that's just about video, everyone. Sorry. I wrote this yesterday in a bit of a hurry. So, when they talk about getting married, they talk about gaining a family and becoming part of a new family, but it isn't really true because I felt like I've been part of the Quantrill family for a long time now. Be it walks with the dogs, caravan in a field just over there, doing the caravan club disco just over there. Or even just a cup of tea. So, I feel really honoured to be a part of their family, and I think they've welcomed me into that family, and maybe feel like a good part of it, so I feel really pleased for that. Special mention also must go to Stuart, who's always been there for me, always been happy to share a problem, give advice, come and fix something. I think it was typified when he came to our house and we were laying some lawn. He was ringing us on the way down and making sure we hadn't starved. He walked into the house and dropped his trousers. And then, by the time he got to the kitchen door in his overalls, he grabbed a cup of tea, he walked straight out into the garden, dropped to his knees and started sucking through his teeth as he surveyed the lawn. But he's done a fantastic job. So I think I'd like to say thank you to him, and I'd like to get a round of applause for Stuart. Just a couple more. I'd also like to say thanks to my mum. There's been some tough times, and she's come through them so well, and honestly is absolutely my inspiration in that respect, and just been a brilliant mum. So, my mum. So, lastly, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, Alice. She's done an amazing job organising pretty much everything today, from the order of service to the bunting, even the seed packets you see on the table were created by her. She came up with a theme, she spent weeks sourcing materials, months making everything. I lost count of the number of times I woke up mid-morning and she was downstairs hammering away on the sewing machine making more bunting, which will be for hire after the event. It was www.alicesbunting.com. After 12 years, I was worried it would feel strange to sort of stand up here and be gushing, but seeing Alice today, she looks amazing. So proud and honoured to be able to call myself her husband. She's my best friend, and the girl I love, and you're my I love her. So I'm now going to hand you rather nervously over to my best man Ollie, who's going to tell you a probably pack of lies.
Jump. Jump. Can you take this back?
My own introduction. Robert. Family and friends, welcome to Mr. and Mrs. Harley's big day. My name's Oliver, for those that don't know me, and I guess you do now because I've just been introduced. And Rob asked me to be his best man for the day, although we'll see how that lasts after this speech. So, guys, how does it feel? You're finally the other side of the wedding. Feels great, right? Don't worry, I'll wear off. I'm kidding, of course. If you remember how lucky you feel right now to be with the one you love unconditionally, then that feeling will never wear off, and we can all look forward to another big party for your diamond anniversary. So, please raise your glasses for my first toast, as there will be a few. I like audience participation. Just a sip. You know who I'm talking about. To never-ending love, and the fact that two of our family and friends have found that in each other. To never-ending love. Now, I was supposed to get a teleprompter for this part of the speech. Bruno, did they get here? They didn't get it in here in time, okay. Well, I guess I'll just try a bit of paper and lots of wine to get through this, and hopefully my voice will last as well. I don't normally sound like Barry White, but this weekend. I think all those miles caught up with me. So let me start by thanking everyone who made it here today to celebrate Rob and Alice's big day. Thank you to Stuart and Linda for making this day possible and inviting us all to celebrate with them. It's been a fantastic day, and I hope that I just don't ruin it in the next 5 minutes. Therefore, my second toast is to Stuart and Linda. To Stuart and Linda. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank both parents, including Anne and Jim, for raising two wonderful people that we all feel very lucky to call friends and family. So, to the most beautiful girl in the room, Alice, you brought us all here today with a simple yes to a very big question. And thank goodness, you waited for Rob to get around to it. 11 years was quite something. I guess that's testament to Alice's feelings for you, Rob. And it's clear to everyone that you're truly a lucky guy to call her your wife today. You truly sparkled, Alice, and I think I want to speak for everyone in the room right now when I say you took our breath away when you walked down the aisle. I have a brief message from two people that would have loved to have been there, Abigail and Shoshana. They send all their love and will be thinking of you on your big day. And P.S. Rob, Abby said, can she borrow your lovely blue one-piece swimsuit? I'm not sure what that's about, but that was in the message. Well, I guess you're all wondering when I'm going to get to the good stuff about Rob. Well, actually, I just decided to leave you all a slideshow of our stag weekend in Lisbon. I'm feeling sure that there's plenty in there to entertain everybody. So, Bruno, if we could bring down the projector and the screen, the cinema screen, we can get later. Okay. All right. Another glass. That's disappointing, isn't it? Well, Where do I start? I've known Rob for 26 years, since we were just 6 years old, and, as Rob pointed out at the time, only 6 feet tall. We were at primary school together in Sproughton, and then on to Claydon High School, and then on to Westmont Sixth Form, where we met so many dear friends along the way, and many of whom we feel lucky to have here today. That's what everyone's saying. I think Claydon's probably a good place to start, as it's the first memory I have of a particularly endearing character trait of Rob's. And some of you may not know this, but he's something of a wanderer. Sometimes he'll wander with small groups of friends, but mostly it's on his own. At high school, I was especially used to him just setting off around the school to see what was going on. In doing this, he also inadvertently formed a toilet trio with Baz and Paul at the round table, which was something of a club for wanderers. His wanderings on holiday are also famous. One particular night on a lad's holiday to Mallorca, my own joint stag in fact, he came back from a 45-minute wander, which is nothing unusual for Rob. But it was what happened next that really shone a light for us on what happens on these wanderings. So we're sat at a table and a girl comes up and asks for a light but a cigarette. "Oh, hello," she says, recognising Rob. We said, "Oh, so you two have met before, but that's strange." She said, "Yes, we were just in that bar behind us in front of hundreds of people swapping our clothes on stage. Never again, Rob, will we believe that you were just taking in the architecture." Anyway, I think it's time for another toast. So, this time, a toast to wandering and the fact that Robert wandered into Alice's life.
You drink?
To wandering.
Cheers. Oh, no, let go. Oh, let go.
You still good? Rob actually always thought of himself as a bit of a ladies' man.
What's Mum got?
Now don't worry, Alice, when I say this. I actually mean that women took to him as they would any unthreatening gay man. That's right, Rob always seemed to have something of that je ne sais quoi that gay men seem to take to. Trust me when I say that if he was that way inclined, and thanks to civil unions, he would have been married many times over before he married. Anyway, back to ladies. That self-confidence of the ladies caused him to take things a little too far during one high school holiday to Switzerland. He spent the preceding week talking up what amorous opportunities there were going to be, deciding to dub the holiday Spankathon 95. At the time, Rob and the Toilet Trio were huge fans of the TV show Bottom. And so Rob's previews of the holidays were all performed in the style of Richard and Eddie Hitler. There you go. I bet you'd never hear the word Hitler in a best man speech. I won't go into too much detail for you, but if you can imagine that all his lines were delivered with this face at the end, you get a pretty good idea. Well, the girls got wind of this commentary and gave him a good dressing down before departure. Unfortunately for Rob, it just wasn't the kind of dressing down he was after. After that, the holiday really just focused on some male bonding time, I would say. But Rob is also a committed partner to Alice, and loves his wife very much. Of course, it wasn't always easy for them, with Rob at university in Nottingham, and Alice in Loughborough. Romantic time together was difficult to come by. But with a help from BT, they were able to keep that spark alive. It was probably the safest sex they'll ever had. It was soft. Yes, guys, cross lines do happen. Still good one? Rob has always been reliable though. From bringing Tim and I a copy of the Fun Day Times in bed at Bolton Lane on Sunday morning, to agreeing to put on a blue one-piece swimsuit, candy nipple tassels, and a sun hat to go out drinking in Lisbon. Again, I do apologise for the lack of projection equipment. Suffice it to say that the locals did love him in his outfit though, stopping to take photos with him, for which Rob was of course only too pleased to pose in. However, not everyone was as taken with the outfit, with one Portuguese gentleman stating that he wanted to throw up. And another one stopping to point at Rob's package and laughing. We told you to go with the sock, mate. I'm actually going to ad-lib a little bit now, because I got reminded of another story that might demonstrate Rob's unreliable side, with a wedding ring once, when they were in London at an event, and Rob asked to have a look at a gentleman called Ian's wedding ring. They'd just been married briefly before, like a month beforehand. And he sort of, turned it over in his hand, having a look at it, checking it out, maybe wondering one day if he wanted to get one. And all of a sudden, it flips out of his hand. They were on the subway, sorry, the tube. I am from New York. They were on the tube, it rolls down the carriage, with everyone watching it go away, makes a rather alarming turn for the door, and drops down onto the tracks. So, Rob, please, do take better care of your wedding ring. Well, I think you've heard enough from me now. I'm sure Robert has, and unless it's too late for it to make a difference for you anyway. Besides, all that I've got left is good stuff, and I'm sure that's not my job today. I want to finish by thanking Rob and Alice on behalf of Jane and myself. We're both so honoured to be asked to be part of the day, and we wish you both never-ending happiness, and hopefully one day, a very big family. As a side note, I just want to apologise in advance if I make anyone look short in the official photography. Don't take it personally, it happens to everyone, except when I do photos with Peter Crouch, of course. Just to reiterate, I am not Peter Crouch, okay? And neither is Andy over there, who I recently met. So please raise your glasses one last time. This time you can have a big sip. To the bride and groom. To the bride and groom.